Tracker 13 forecast first. Sponsored by George Sink Injury Lawyers.
Good morning and happy Monday. We are waking up to cloudy skies and there's been a few showers this morning, but stormier weather is back. It's just not going to be until the afternoon with cloud cover around more constantly this morning. That's keeping temperatures from warming as fast as they did yesterday. It is 3 to 6 degrees cooler. We're actually still hanging out in the 70s, which is a nice change of pace. And the high temperatures today will actually be below average for this time of year in the mid 80s. And showers and storms will start isolated in the afternoon, but more scattered and widespread storms will come during the evening.
Today on News 13 Now, the Grand Strand remembers U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham, his contributions to Horry County, and what comes next for the state. Plus, a potential shakeup could be ahead in South Carolina's primary elections. Hear why state Republicans want an overhaul.
Coverage you can count on at 9 starts now.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us for News 13 Now. I'm Adriana Cotero. Lawmakers and leaders are sharing memories of U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham and his decades of service to America. The longtime South Carolina senator died unexpectedly Saturday night. A preliminary medical report says that he died of a tear in his aorta. Senator Graham's office announced his death on social media early Sunday, just days after he attended a meeting in Ukraine. Graham had just turned 71 on Thursday. He served 3 decades in Congress and was known as a foreign policy hawk. Graham was a close ally of President Trump, who ordered flags at half-staff until next Saturday. While the sudden passing of Senator Graham was a shock to many across the nation, it was also felt here at home. Local leaders say Graham was a strong advocate for Horry County, taking a large role in boosting economic development during his time in the Senate. Those investments include helping secure full federal funding for the ongoing beach renourishment project, large grants to the Myrtle Beach Airport, and his work on the Interstate 73 project. Leaders here in Myrtle Beach are remembering the impact he had on the region.
If you think about the growing strains of Horry County being the fastest growing county in the fastest growing state in America, we really need to thank Senator Graham for at least helping us keep up with some of that growth with these infrastructure investments that he's known for.
Residents in central South Carolina, where Graham grew up, are sharing their memories of the senator. Julia Keener tells us why he's bigger than just a politician in their eyes.
For those who knew Lindsey Graham before the campaigns and the national spotlight, Sunday's loss hits close to home. Neighbors, friends, and community members in Central say they're not just remembering the senator, but the hometown kid who never forgot where he came from.
He's going to be remembered for years. I mean, it's a big loss.
He's done it all and accomplished a lot.
From Washington to West Main Street in the town of Central, tributes have been pouring in.
He was welcome here, always.
But here where Lindsey Graham was raised, the memories aren't about politics. They're about the boy who grew up in this small town.
It was always Lindsey that was there watching over us, playing as kids.
After losing both of his parents as a young man, Graham took legal guardianship of his younger sister, Darlene. Friends say that responsibility revealed the character they would see throughout his life.
Seeing him do all that was amazing. This is a small town, and he was on the world stage, and that was very, very enlightening. We respected him. We could always say, "Hey, Lindsey," and he would speak back.
Town leaders say no matter how far Graham's career took him, he never lost touch with the town that raised him.
Always remembered us, always thought about us. Yes, he was a good friend to this town.
Just having him around, he put Central on the map. Just being the mayor of the hometown of Lindsey Graham was a great honor.
They also remember the day Graham launched his presidential campaign right outside of his childhood home. A moment they say put their little town in the national spotlight.
That was a big event. That's probably the biggest event we've ever had downtown Central. More TV cameras and networks than you would ever believe.
And whether he was back for a fundraiser or just waiting in line for lunch in a t-shirt and ball cap, they say he never stopped being just Lindsey.
I think that was a great attraction for people, was that he never forgot where he came from and that he was proud of where he came from.
That was refreshing to us, that he didn't change. He was always Lindsey.
And years ago, Graham told 7 News that no matter where life took him,
this is home. This always will be home. When my time is up, I will come back to the upstate of South Carolina.
Now the hometown he always cherished is saying goodbye.
He's going to be missed. He was well thought of in South Carolina.
That was Julia Keener reporting, and town leaders say that they've already been discussing ways to honor Graham's legacy in Central.
News 13 on-time traffic, sponsored by Joy Law Firm. Just call Joy.
The time now is 9:05, and traffic just looks to be the slowest for parts of 501, mostly around Myrtle Ridge. Up at the top, the Little River Swing Bridge is currently open, so that's going to be causing some traffic to back up there as you're waiting for a large boat to move through. Looks like a sailboat. And then you have 501 down below, very cloudy skies, but nothing that's too slow. Now, coastal's delayed to 13 minutes. I-95, though, has been good throughout the morning time. This is near 76, still relatively quiet out on the roads. The drive time is 9 minutes from TV Road to 76.
Hannah, thank you very much. Well, Republicans and Democrats are speaking out after the South Carolina Republican Party again asked a federal court to change how primary elections work. So right now, voters in South Carolina can choose which party's primary they vote in. But the South Carolina Republican Party wants to change that. The group has filed a federal lawsuit arguing that open primaries violate their constitutional rights. But the state Democratic Party and many elected Republicans, including Governor McMaster, disagree.
I mean, we had a very active Republican primary for governor this year and a very active Democratic primary for governor. We didn't have Democrats voting in their primary to pick the worst Republican. You know, that's not how that works.
It's like allowing Carolina or Clemson fans to decide what players the other team puts on the field. It doesn't make any sense in football, and it doesn't make any sense in politics either.
Political experts say if the system changes, voters must declare a party affiliation before heading to the polls. Those who don't will not be able to vote in primary elections. And in North Carolina, the DMV will soon be moving away from the license plate stickers and registration papers. It's an effort to move to a more efficient electronic system to help decrease wait times. It's part of a provision added to that new state budget. The new system will allow drivers access to their registration online or on the phone and print a copy at home if needed. Anyone who wants a printed registration card will have to pay an extra fee. Now, DMV officials say wait times at offices have dropped from 3 hours to 20 minutes, and they hope to get that down to 15 minutes with these changes.
While we're standing up this system, we have until October 1st to have this system in place, so we're going to be pushing really hard to meet that date that was in the legislation. You still have to pay your registration fees every year, and you still have to pay your property taxes every year to keep your registration current. And so that is not going away. The only thing going away is the sticker that we mail to you and the registration card that's attached to it.
Annual registration and renewal fees, along with state vehicle inspections, will still be required. Just ahead, fighting Alzheimer's one ride at a time, how cyclists in the Low Country are bringing hope to families across the country. Before we get to that story, we're heading outside for this live look out over North Myrtle Beach. It's 9:08 on your Monday. We're going to take a short break and we will be right back.